Now we're live. Well, welcome to the Paving the Way broadcast. This is episode. What did I say? Podcast. It's the fucking same thing.
36.
Thanks for correcting me, Pat. We are on episode 36. Is that what you said?
That was a guess.
We're on some episode. Thanks to all our viewers for not watching live. We have 0. Today is actually, we're going to talk about B&M Builders and the intro, and we're going to meet the team of B&M Builders. Yeah. So real quick, we're going to introduce everybody. We're going to talk, I'll give a quick rundown of how the company started so we can see when everybody kind of joined in. And then we want to meet the team and just talk to them about their experience with the company. So as always, I'm JB. I'm here with Patrick, who is on camera in the way back there. We're here with Austin, who's our partner also, and then Hogan, who is our second oldest employee and the oldest in the room for sure. Technically, Dan actually.
Oldest person or oldest?
No, longest employed. Maybe I shouldn't have said oldest. That was
the youngest fiance.
Wow. Life goals. Life goals. Actually, Dan might even have you. I mean, broken history, but Dan might be right back up there with the oldest employee, I think.
But when you leave for years.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Unannounced.
Yeah.
Fuck the.
It was a vacation.
Fuck the B&M Builders Dan, but this is the new Mechanical Dan.
Yeah.
So Mechanical Dan is here now, and then we have Nick also. So we have a nice little group. So I kind of want to talk today. Quick story. I feel like we've already gone over the history of B&M Builders, but multiple times. But I'm just going to run through it real quick. So B&M Builders started in, I always fuck it up, but 2005. We are one day away from our 18th anniversary. So B&M Builders will be 18 years old tomorrow on St. Patrick's Day. Hence the high consumption of Jameson.
And we can buy tobacco now. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, 18 years.
Yeah. We're finally old enough. We've been waiting all this time. So we started back in 2005 doing remodels and residential, and that's actually kind of when Dan was in. When did you start first working for us, Dan?
I would say 2007, 2008.
Damn. Oh, that's pre-Austin.
Dan's a nasty.
Dan's an
We were
OG.
doing bathroom remodels and tile and.
Yeah, we did a lot of kitchen remodels, additions, things like that.
Ski hut up there, Echo Summit.
Fuck that place, man. I don't talk about that. Yeah, the Echo Summit ski lodge that we built.
I'll take the house. Fuck that later.
That was a great lady. Yeah, that was our first lawsuit actually. Mediation. Yeah. So that's kind of what we started on. Dan was actually back with us back then. He was actually my first. He and I worked together out in the field for a long fucking time. That's when we became really good friends. We did that for a long time till about 2009 when the economy was in a bad spot and we started doing concrete. Yeah, and that's when Austin came in, which we've already talked about. So 2009, started doing public works jobs, concrete, things like that. Started slowly working our way up until 9 years ago. 9 years ago.
I don't know.
2013. About 2013, I think, is when we started doing. We were working on general works projects, and that's when Hogan came in, right? Was it 13? Oh, 14. Okay. 2014 came in as I was just told this because I forgot, but you came in to do potholing out at Contra Costa.
Run one of the big, the first vacuum trailer that we bought.
Yeah, that thing was a beast.
That was an awesome contract.
Yeah.
They paid us hourly.
Yes.
So
yeah,
we didn't care how long it took.
Yeah. Well, we did. We did because they might be watching.
Yeah, we wanted you to take as long as you could, but get it done in a very efficient manner.
Yes, there we go. That's what So I started doing pothole for us out there, and he moved up fairly quickly, I would say. Oh, maybe not fairly quickly, but he moved up quickly because then we switched that job off to somebody else, and he came in to work with everybody else. And then we've been doing that kind of work ever since. Now, in general, in bigger jobs. And then Nick actually came on. Did you come on in January?
Yeah, January 2 months ago.
So Nick's newer to the company, but he's here and he came in as our shop kind of apprentice to kind of learn the way that it works and then worked his way up into a field spot to learn kind of everything that we're doing. I think that's a pretty good introduction, right?
Sure.
Any other story B&M I'm missing or no?
Hogan quit one time, walked off the job, got sent home.
Did he actually quit? Like, did we have a new hire date quit or no? Or I fucking was an asshole.
Oh, I'm going with the asshole.
I'm pretty sure I was an asshole back then.
The best is he took his keys with him and left.
Wait, back when?
Oh yeah,
Like
that
when
was
you
on
said that
El Camino.
earlier, or
No. I mean,
Sorry.
no. There was many other times I've been an asshole, but only one time that it came to a head with Hogan, I think.
Docking.
Yes. And that was out at El Camino. Phase 1, right?
Yes.
Is that what that?
Phase 2.
Yeah. I was probably an asshole, though. That was back in Pat's asshole
Moving
phase.
on.
All right. Moving
Okay.
on. So now meeting the team. So I kind of want to just talk to you guys real quick and have you kind of explain to us, a little bit about you. I mean, a minute or two about you, where you came from, what you do here, and where you're. I mean, I'd like to hear where you're hoping to go too, since I can get something out of this also. But what you're hoping to kind of get out of that. You want to start with Hogan, or do you want to go Austin?
ahead.
I don't know. Austin.
So where I started, and where I am.
Yeah. What did you do before you came here?
So before I came here, I worked in some restaurants. I worked for my uncle, working on European cars for Teenage Motors.
Plug.
Plug.
Nice plug.
Let's bleep that out.
Then Austin hit me up, and I started coming to work here. And then again, I went and did the contract down in Contra Costa.
Yeah.
And then that was probably a few months out there. And then we did the trail where you
The Auburn show.
you showed us how to clear the pipes.
That was fucking awesome.
That is what I'm talking
I'm
about.
glad that video is gone. Yeah. I tried to blow the water out of a 2-inch pipe in a footing, and I blew it about 40 feet high with the hose and everything. And it all came falling down on me as I'm curled up in a ball, and I turn over, and Hogan's like, with his camera. He's like, I got it all. Yeah, that's not how you clear the water out of pipes. I still don't know the right way, though. I mean, I probably would I'd do it again. And then, so now, what do you do here now? You're
So now I'm one of our project managers. I was running our restorations contracts for SMUD, some water districts, Eldorado Irrigation, Citrus Heights Water, Placer County Water Association. We've even done some Orangeville water. And since then, I have started taking over some of our general jobs, a little bit bigger jobs. Was helping with the asphalt paving, probably about 6 months, and just pretty much do whatever these guys need me to.
And you're a scorpion, right?
Yeah.
Scorpion.
Or Libra, or Libra.
I think it's
Hogan's a team player, always willing to do whatever needs to get done. Never complains about shit.
I go back and look at Contra Costa, like as his. I didn't really put these together, but Contra Costa as his first job, like that's straight up management from the go. Well, I mean, you're out there by yourself, out of town, running another guy, right? And sometimes by yourself, running a new piece of equipment. I mean, that's a pretty big move for a first position. I feel like, especially with not a lot of experience for what we're doing. So I think that's pretty fucking awesome. And I got to say, I mean, as far as project managers go, I think I prefer project managers who have kind of grown up through our school of hard knocks, like learning as we learn, because we kind of know a lot of the same stuff. And I have a lot more faith in you knowing what we want than I do in somebody that we bring in who has no idea, like Dan, who left for so long. All right, so let's move on to Dan then. So Dan, tell us just a little bit about your background before, and then in the middle, and then where you are now.
I've pretty much been in construction right after high school, doing remodels of all kitchens and bathrooms, small stuff. Then worked different companies, came here, worked here for so many years, and went off on my own, tried to just learn a lot.
Dan
Learned a lot.
left as soon as we got out of residential work,
Not as soon,
and we
but
put
pretty
him
close,
behind a saw in the ghetto of what was that, East Palo Alto?
Yes.
Yeah, so he almost got shot a few times while he was out
Dan
there.
and I were partners in crime for a long time.
He got
We
scared.
were boys. No, well,
And as soon as the contract was done, he ran.
let's be real. I'm the one that gets scared. I was scared to go to East Palo Alto to even work. Like, I didn't sleep the night before because I was so scared. But what he's talking about, though, let's be real, is that Dan was saw cutting in front of me as I was demoing. And Dan came not running over, but he drove over to me to ask me some question. And I stopped the equipment, and I'm leaning out, and we're talking, and all of a sudden we hear pop, 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 pop. And we're like, that was probably fucking gunshots. Just like kidding. And then Dan, we finish up, and Dan leaves, and 30 seconds later I get a phone call, and I'm like, yeah? And he's like, the street's blocked off. I'm like, what? He's like, there's just a drive-by on both sides of my saw. So yeah, that was pretty crazy. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
See, that's it. With my homemade trailer at home, doing the saw cutting. Now I see
Yes.
all this beautiful equipment out here.
I know.
I gotta go back. I mean,
I
come
know.
on.
However, I just told him I wanted that homemade saw trailer. I wished I had it. I should have asked you. Do you still have it?
It's in Arizona.
As I should have asked you because I would have loved to have used that thing. That was
Gruesome
awesome.
memories. Truck is long gone too. It was a little
Yeah.
truck, but hey, it did a lot of work.
So what are you doing? What are you doing now?
So now, with the mechanical side, since we're able to do jobs as a general, I kind of started bidding work with them, running our own projects on a bigger scale of remodeling big buildings. So a lot more fun than residential remodeling, that's for sure. And yeah, kind of excited to see how this year goes and next year. We got enough work to go all year. And
Dan, you
we
look
can
good.
only go big.
You look good with a collared shirt on.
I was gonna say, man,
Dan's dressed in
Dan in a
That's where
collared
it meant to be
shirt,
now.
man. I love it.
Forget that other stuff I was doing. This
I
is-
saw you yesterday. I was like, who the fuck is that guy?
It's too much.
Who is that guy in this office?
Oh yeah.
Right on. Cool. I like that direction. All right, Nick. I can't see you. I have to like lean around because you're across from me here.
Yeah. So
But
I'm,
tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, so I'm Nick Sabota. I've been working here for probably 2 months now. I'm enjoying every second of it. Before this, I was working at I'm not gonna say in the restaurant, Peace Restaurant and Brew House. I'll say it.
I'm not gonna say it, but immediately say it. And you can plug them all you want. I like Pete's.
Yeah, it's good food.
In Folsom, on the other side of the bridge.
Folsom on
Yeah,
the road.
fuck yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
I worked there for 2 to 3 years. It was nice. You know, I had my fun time there. I loved everyone I worked with, but there's only so much big conversation and big laugh you can actually endure working through that. So I figured it was time for something new, and I, found this place. And I've always admired blue collar work and just hard working, good work ethic, and I feel like I found my fit.
You were in the military too, right?
Yeah, I was in the Air Force, but for only like around 6-7 months.
Okay.
Yeah, I got this like weird condition that makes me allergic to heat and stuff. Like,
Oh, okay.
gotta figure out how it goes here.
And you live in Sacramento.
Yeah,
Yes.
so-
How do
Yeah.
you feel sitting next to Sexy Dan right now? Are you getting warm?
I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed right now.
Yeah. He's warming
I
up.
gotta change my shirt.
That's a real nickname, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Dan earned that nickname, Sexy Dan. I can tell that story,
You
right?
got the picture. to prove
Do you
it.
remember? Yeah, we were out in. He got the name Sexy Dan. I literally have him in my phone as Sexy Dan because we were at. Where were we? Newman. Oh, this guy knows. We were out in Newman working, and they were pouring a crap ton of concrete, and we had 2 water connections on different sides of a park, and Dan was working on one, and I'm working on the other. The inspector pulls up, and he's like, "Man, you guys are really doing a good job." And I was like, "Thanks, I appreciate it." He's like, "But if your guy get on the other side of the park and put his shirt back on," he's like, "I'd really appreciate it." He's like, "This is a city project, and it's just better if they're wearing shirts."
Well, they had afternoon hookers in the truck.
Oh.
I thought it was okay.
I will say they were running. There was pimps and hookers in the park working around
Yes.
our concrete crew.
That
Yes.
was funny.
It was some
The
of the
first
weirdest-
couple of years, first few years of us doing public works, where we're finding our niche and figuring out what we
Yeah.
actually do well and what we want to do.
Pat said we should only bid work
It
with
was an
hookers working.
interesting couple of years, going through many ghettos and
Yeah.
long distances away, sleeping in toy haulers, and
Oh my, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Cheap tequila shops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, they were not cheap. They should have been. They should have been expensive, but we got them for cheap. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, so real quick, I just kind of want to run through. I'd like to hear from you guys. What do you like about? I mean, Nick, you're a little new, so you're still learning. But what do you like about B&M Builders? Like, what do you think we do differently that kind of separates us from everybody else?
you gotta make it quick.
And yeah, I mean, I'm forcing you, so find something to say. No, I'm
My
just kidding.
biggest thing is it's a big family environment thing. There's no closed doors where the big office is over there. You gotta walk blocks away to go talk to somebody. Everybody's all opened up. It's great. I mean, that's how there should be no walls in any office, just one big room. So I can see that everything going around in here. That's a good thing about this spot.
Yeah, even Pat's office, the real important guy. He's in front of everybody. He doesn't even close his. Well, he closes his door, but for
Can't
different
party if
reasons.
you're
No,
alone,
man, everybody's
Yeah.
here, Pat.
or if you do, it doesn't
Yeah.
last very long.
I definitely feel like we're a family. I like that. I think we're a family. I mean, I always like to call it a family, but I like hearing other people say it. Hogan, what do you got?
Along the same lines of Dan, it's like you go to work, but you're with your friends. We're all friends outside of work. We have a good time at work, but we know when to get things done. We know how to get things done. We are a team.
We are team.
We are a team. I think we all can agree that we are a
Show.
team. You got the
Other
wrong
side.
hat on. Wrong hat? Oh, it does. It says
You
we are a
got
team
it.
right there. Yeah. It's a quote we have on one of our hats. So. All right, Nick, what do you got? I know you're new and you're still learning, but what do you?
Yeah, so I mean, I haven't been here too long, but it really coincides with what Hogan and Dan was saying with family and stuff. You know, I feel really welcome being here and just being able to kind of ask questions in an environment I've never been in before. I just feel like I'm kind of learning every single day, and every single day I'm learning is a day I'm getting more confident in my ability to do my job and kind of carry myself about. And I don't know, just it's a very nice environment to be in, and I just really appreciate it to be here.
Awesome, man. We're glad to have you.
Yeah.
We got you. I will say we've asked some people, and a lot of people were hesitant to go on the podcast because they're afraid that they're not as, sitting next to this group. I mean, who can stand up? I mean, we're fucking beautiful.
I'm quite the eloquent speaker.
Yes, I mean, especially Pat. But yeah, I appreciate you guys stepping up and being on it. Nick was on short notice too. Dan said no, and then it was all over it. Hogan, thanks for always being the one to step up. Yeah, I think I definitely like. I mean, you guys gave the same point for all three of you, so I feel like there's not a lot of points. But I also think we do things. I mean, I think we just do things differently. I like how we operate. I like how you guys operate. It's not just our way or the highway. We want you guys to give your input and tell us how things should be done, so that we can do things the best way, not just our way. So I think that we rely on you guys a lot to represent us, to show our customers, to show what we have, and for you guys to give input, because I mean, we don't always know what's best. We're learning just like you guys are learning. So thank you guys for being on the podcast. Check us out on everywhere we go. Instagram, LinkedIn,
Facebook,
yeah, whatever. Oh, sorry. Go Pat.
Twitter.
Dan's OnlyFans.
Did you want to
sexy Dan?
Did you want to sexy Dan? Yes. I don't know how OnlyFans work. What is it? At? Yeah.
Everything's at something.
This
now.
is gonna go viral. It's gonna be like, is that sexy Dan? Sexy Dan's real?
Oh, God.
Tune in next week where we're talking about something that's super important.